Okay guys, this part that I'm about to walk you guys through is quite difficult, so I don't know if you guys want to use it as a replacement drawing, but it is going to help you learn Inventor and how to interpret these drawings. So let's go ahead and get started. It is in the metric system, so let's go ahead and go to the metric folder and start a standard MMIPT. Now, starting this drawing, there's really no easy way to go ahead and start it. Now you have to pay attention to what is given to you. You have to read. It says given front and left side view. So here's the front view and the left side view. So we're going to start on the left side, hand side of this part. So let's go ahead and start. And we're going to turn it so we're looking at the left hand side, and we're going to start on the YZ plane so that we're looking at the left view. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start by drawing this right here, this rectangle, and this right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. We're going to draw this like so, and this like here. Okay, so let's go ahead and dimension that. This is going to be 38 tall, 11 wide. Okay, and this is 36. Okay, and 10 tall. Now this is at an angle over here in the front, so I'm going to go ahead and put this at an angle and bring it back. Okay, this angle is at a 60 degrees, or is at 60 degrees, so I'm going to put that in from here to here. This is going to be 60. Okay, and then I'm going to use my collinear constraint to lock this and this in and lock that. And that should be good enough. Yes, I don't think I can move that around, so that's good. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it as that, and then I'm going to extrude this. So I'm going to extrude all of this by a distance of 25. So 25, and say OK. Okay, so I'm going to work section by section. So I did this section here, which was, this section, 25. Next, I'm going to go ahead and work right here on this section, this 16, this bit right here at 16. Now that section is this section right here that has, it looks like a rectangle, but with a triangle cut out. So I'm going to turn this around, okay, and I'm going to put a sketch here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to project my geometry, and I'm going to make a rectangle, okay, and I'm going to do so like that. And then I'm just going to draw a line, copying what I got, and like that. And then I'm going to use my dimension, click, click, put that in. This is 60 degrees. That locks that into place. Since I already dimensioned the previous, I'm just going to click on collinear, click here, lock that. And then I need to go ahead and dimension this right here. That right there, from that point to that point should be 10. So I'm going to click from this point to that point. That should be 10. And there we go. That locks that into place. And that should be 54, but it's not lining up. But if I delete that and then put in that dimension, this should be 54. That'll give me that. And I think I'll go with that instead. So that should be 54. Okay, so go ahead and finish that. Extrude this and this. This is going to be 16. Put that in. Say OK. All right. Next, I'm going to be putting in this next section. This next section is going to be the rest. It's going to be this 32 right here. Okay, so this section right here is this weird arced section. So I'm just gonna put a excuse me. I'm gonna draw a sketch here. I'm going to draw two circles. I'm paying attention. So what I have drawn over here, I am backwards over here. So I'm going to draw two circles that have radiuses of 70. So if the radius is 70, I'm going to multiply that times 2. So the diameter is 140. I have another circle that is a radius of 59. So that if I multiply that times 2, that should be 118. Okay, pay attention to how I am going to be placing this. I'm just going to grab it and move it over. Okay, I'm going to dimension it. It is 38 millimeters below the surface, so 38, and 19 millimeters behind this here. Okay, 19. I'm going to project my geometry. Okay, so that way I have all of that, and then I'm going to trim, hit X or trim, and I'm going to get rid of all of that and finish my sketch. And then I'm going to extrude just this section at 32 millimeters. So I end up with something that looks like this. Okay, so once I have that, I'm then going to draw something on this face. So on this face, I am going to project my geometry of this, and that's it. Finish my sketch, and then I'm going to extrude, and I'm going to do some math. Okay, so it doesn't tell me what this distance is here, but it does tell me 89 and then all of this. So I'm going to type it in. 89 minus 25 minus 16 minus 32. Okay, and that gives me whatever the remainder is. So 89 was the total, minus 25 minus 16 minus 32 gives me whatever is left over. Okay, and that's what I have there. So if I look at it from the front, that is what it should look like. Now the only thing that I'm missing is this distance here. So let's put that in. Let's go ahead and put a sketch here. So sketch, project the geometry. That's it. Finish my sketch, extrude, and then I'm going to be extruding. It doesn't tell me from this surface here to there. It doesn't tell me what that distance is, but you know what I can do? On this little distance right here, on this little click, on this little arrow, I can click right there, go to measure from there to there. It tells me what it is, which is 48. So 48 minus 28 equals the distance that it needs to be. Enter. There I go. So that's what I need. Now I just need to add 2 holes. I have 2 holes that are a diameter of 9.5. I have one here and one there. So one that goes right here and one that goes right there. So a hole here and a hole there. So let's put that in. A hole here, 9.5. That is 13 away or 24 away from that back surface. 24. And it is 13 away from the side surface. Okay, that's locked. Finish the sketch. Extrude. Cut through it all. Okay, put another hole here. 9.5 in diameter. Let's go ahead and place it. It's 10 from the bottom. And it's 13 away from this surface here. Extrude. Cut. And I'm just going to click and drag, so I'm making sure that I'm cutting through it all. And that's that. So let's go ahead and save it. Everything has been done. So this is 3-2.1, 6.74, shifter block. Block. So let's go ahead and lay this out on a sheet. So I have a sheet over here with it already laid out, but I don't want to use that one because I want to show you how the one I just made looks. So here I'm going to go ahead and put my front, my right, and my top. Okay. And just for good measure or good reference, I want to put my left side view so that way you guys can see what it looked like to make sure that we are correct. So I'm making sure that my hidden lines are turned on. So let's say okay. Okay, so just for comparison's sake, I put this off to the side so that way we could compare. Um, so here's what our original view looked like. Here's what ours that we just made looks like. Here's what our front view looked like. This is what ours look like. I think it looks pretty good. Okay, so you guys don't need this view, so you can delete it or you can leave it. Just make sure it's off in the gray. And let's go ahead and put some center lines in. Okay. Oh, we need that one. Oh, that's gonna be yeah, we'll just leave it. Oops, undo. So let's put centerline bisectors and a centerline bisector there and a centerline bisector there and a centerline bisector here. And that's it. Okay, so actually I want to delete this one that we made right there because that's going to get in the way. So the rest of these dimensions are up to you. They're really quite simple. The ones that might give you, oh, I should actually show you how to do it. So the one that will give you the most trouble are these ones. So let's go ahead. Let me go ahead and show you how to do that. So these two are going to give you the most trouble because they will extend into this part or into the notes. So when you have something like this that extends way into something that you don't want it to extend into, you can right click on it and go to options and click on jogged. And what jogged does is it trims it so that way it shows you that it's still there or that it's a little bit trimmed. So I'm going to do the same thing here, options, jogged. Okay, so that way it's not impeding on any of the information down here. Okay, so the rest of the information, the rest of the dimensions are your responsibility. If you have any questions or need any help, please let me know. Thanks, guys. Oh, make sure that you save it, export it as a PDF, and upload it into the OneNote classroom notebook. Thanks, guys.